Hi everyone, I'm Shifali Girdirwal and you're watching ConsultEase with ClearTax. This is very important topic which I'm going to discuss in this particular video, and that's why I'm making this video in English also, because some of the general videos I don't make them in English. But yes, this is very universal thing and it's going to impact each and every business. So from that point of view, I thought it will be great if I make it in English also. So this video is about section 75. So from 1st January 2022, a provision which was already introduced via Finance Act 2021, but now it will be applicable from 1st January 2022. It's an explanation which is inserted in section 7512. So what is 7512? I will explain that briefly, and then I will also explain what is the meaning of explanation and how this explanation is going to impact the businesses. So section 7512, it talks about the self-assessment tax, and it talks about that when you are filing your return, your self-assessment tax is your payable thing, right? I just would like to quote you the exact words of that section. It will be quite helpful for you to understand it better. If you don't want to, you can just totally skip this 30 seconds for that matter. It says, notwithstanding anything contained in section 73 or 74, so it's suppressing section 73 and 74, where any amount of self-assessed tax in accordance with a return furnished under section 39 remains unpaid. So if it is a self-assessment tax as per under section 39 return, that is 3B return, it's unpaid, right? Either wholly or partly, or any amount of interest, right, payable on such tax, the same shall be recovered under the provisions of section 79. Alright, so 79 section is our recovery section. So under recovery, there can be garnishee proceeding. So it can be recovered from you, your lenders, any other amount due to you from the department or your bank, or your, the people who owes any money to you. So it can be recovered from others also, right? So recovery proceeding can be initiated. Now the explanation said that if there is a difference in GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B, so let us take an example. If you declared the liability of say 50 lakh rupees, or say turnover of 50 lakh rupees in your GSTR 1, but at the time of filing your GSTR 3B, you just declared the liability on 40 lakh rupees of turnover and just paid it. So they are saying the difference between the liability which is declared in GSTR 1 and which is paid through GSTR 3B will be your self-assessed liability. That is your self-assessed liability. And when I'm saying it's self-assessed liability, what does it mean? It means that amount can also be recovered under section 79. So there is a lot of hue and cry. Many people are directly taking so many conclusions from this provision. This is dangerous. That's definitely dangerous. But I mean, not that much as we are expecting it to be. The first thing I would like to mention, that the people in the department, the people in the revenue, they need to understand the limitation of this provision. Why I'm talking about limitation? There is one very important thing. If I declared by mistake a turnover of say 5 crore in place of 50 lakh, right? So, but at the time of filing of 3B, I just filed it with the correct liability. That's fine. After filing GSTR 1 and till the date of filing GSTR 3B, I don't have any mechanism to open my GSTR 1 and amend it. Okay. Can you force me to pay the tax on, say 4 crore 50 lakh rupees just because of a zero? It is mistakenly entered in my return. First thing. Second thing, although in GSTR 1, these kind of scenarios will be less because we are entering the invoice wise detail, but there may be a huge invoice. Sometimes it may be like only one invoice and amount may be like there may be a clerical mistake of zero. First thing. Second thing is, what is the taxable event of GST, by the way? The taxable event of GST is supply. What is the levy of GST? The levy of GST is under section 9 and it talks about supply, right? So mentioning any amount in GSTR 1, when it will become a supply? Will it surpass the definition of supply? Will it surpass the levy section? Will it surpass the article 265 which says that the tax can be levied only under the authority of a law? So if the authority is given by the law, if the levy section is saying that okay, so the GST is on supply and any clerical error which is entered under GSTR 1, is it possible? Because when you say directly that okay, if there is a gap in these two things, it is self-assessed tax and it can be recovered under section 79. Why you cannot send them a notice? Because they are assuming that it is an undisputed liability, right? Because when I'm self-declaring something, that is the concept. Okay, if I'm self-declaring something, it means it's a undisputed liability. But if it is a mistake, it's a clerical mistake. Can a clerical mistake can be equal to the supply? Of course not. On the legal basis, if I will start fight, or anybody will be fighting it, I don't think it will sustain. But yes, the people in the department, they need to understand the limitation of this thing. And I just hope and I wish that they will not start forcing any difference of return to, to start recovery for the any difference of GST 1 and 3B, and they will just give the time of at least 3 months, which is mentioned under section 78, that any recovery proceedings should start after 3 months if it is not paid under 3 months. So they should give you the time to clerically error, to the correct those clerical errors, right? So I hope that time to clarify those errors will definitely be given. At least a show cause notice should be given. At least you should ask them with the, like, if is it your liability or you just mistakenly do that. Apart from that, there is one another suggestion which I have given many times, and if anybody from the GST department is watching this video, I will say this one suggestion can actually help you, and you don't need to have this kind of stringent provision at the time of filing my GSTR 3B, because in GSTR 1 I am giving invoice wise detail, right? Specifically for the B2B supply, I'm giving invoice wise detail. So what you can do at the time of filing of GSTR 3B, if I am mentioning the lesser amount of tax at the time of paying the tax, what you can do, you can open my GSTR 1 and ask me to remove the invoices for which I don't want to pay taxes. I think this one thing can be very helpful. So if say there is a clerical error, and when I am filing my GSTR 3B, and I will say no, it's not 50 lakh rupees, it's it's not like 5 crore rupees, it's 50 lakh rupees. So you just open all of the invoices which I have entered and ask me to remove those invoices. And if it is B2C, just give that full amount of B2C, and I should be able to remove that amount from the B2C consolidated amount, because B2C we are giving consolidated. I think this one single feature can be a very great help for every taxpayer, because at the time of difference I will be able to correct my mistake, right? If it is not a mistake and I'm actually paying lesser tax, then recovery proceeding may start after giving the formal time and everything. So from that point of view, is it fearful? Yes, it is dangerous, it is fearful, because see, if amount is very huge, there can be proceedings from the side of department. Again, I will say how it will be used by the department, it is very very important. So in case someone is trying to, because fraudulent people will do it, like if somebody is entering the invoices of say 10 crore rupees, and then they are paying only on 50 lakh rupees tax on 50 lakh rupees at the time of filing of GSTR 3B, then we should definitely try to just cap that person, trap him, and just ask him to pay the entire amount, right? We should always try to control those kind of fraudsters, because fraudsters, it is the modus operandi of fraudsters basically. But then on the other hand, we also need to take care that the genuine people and the honest people, if there is actually just a mistake and not a fraud, at least they shouldn't suffer because of this provision. Apart from that, in every video I give only one suggestion, that a proper compliance, proper reconciliation, and taking your compliances very seriously is the only thing which is going to help you against any notices and illegal proceedings and any harassment from the side of department. With this thought, I would like to close this video. If you have any thoughts about it, because this is very under process provision right now, we don't know how department will react, we don't know how taxpayers will react to it. We don't have that much of analysis of this entire scenario at this point of time. So if you have any thought process, you can definitely share it in the comments. And with this, I would like to close this video. Thank you so much, everyone.